We're taking Fireball Rocket Loons into Legends League, and today we're going to start off by showing you probably the most mentally deranged Flame Flinger I've ever set up. So I immediately see that there's a ton of Flame Flinger value at that top rage section over there, but unfortunately that minion prince is somewhat in the way. But I start checking the range of all these defenses up here, and I start to notice that if I place a totem spell right above that spell factory, I might be able to snipe off that minion prince with 2 headhunters or so. So I say YOLO and try to set it up, snipe out that mortar and the bomb tower just in case they're in range. And I set down my headhunters, and oh my god, it's gonna work. I set my warden down here to try to fireball out this other raid section, send a hog rider just to test for traps and Teslas, and I snipe out that pesky expo over there. And flame flinger setup, and that thing's just gonna do work on that entire top section of the base, which is awesome. Set up a fireball, 1, 2, 3, just to take out this rage compartment. Boom! And my warden's safe to just walk towards that top area of the base. I'm hoping to take out the king as well as the clan castle with the warden, because there's nothing necessarily going to be targeting my warden if he's fighting the king or the CC except for that expo, for which luckily some fire mites were able to jump on it. You do get a partial CC lure, but it's going to be 7 archers and a furnace, which means that most likely the other troops are just going to be 2 ice golems, which aren't necessarily a big problem. So I turn my attention towards this bottom or the right side over here, because I'm going to try to set up my hero dive over here. Initially I'm thinking maybe I can try to funnel my heroes into that revenge tower section. Take a peek back at my warden, and I notice he's fighting the king now, but I can just drop a headhunter and he's going to be able to take care of all that stuff. Going back to the hero dive, yeah, that funnel plan didn't necessarily work out, but luckily queen should be able to walk in there. And I mean, king, I might as well just pop him outside, and he's going to be able to actually open up that revenge tower section and give my queen access to those fire spitters, which is pretty awesome. And I'm running the dark orb on the minion prince, and I'm going to try to take out the monolith, the fire spitters, and the multi-gear with the dark orb, but unfortunately there's not necessarily a convenient angle for him to do so, so I am forced to kind of do this weird pathing and freeze the monolith. But luckily it does all work out, and I'm able to slow down all those defenses up there. Completely missed the invis spell, but honestly the base is pretty crushed at this point. Everything just went beautifully, and we start off the day with an awesome triple. Next up we get another double rage base that's pretty fireballable. And over on the left side I noticed that there's some pretty good flame flinger value if I can snipe out the multi-inferno, the ricochet, and the multi-archer tower, and it's going to set up a pretty sick funnel for my heroes. Looking at the radius of the inferno tower's range, I was pretty confident that if I took out the builder hut, I'd be able to place a flame flinger on the corner over there and just let it go to work. So yeah, lure out the clan castle so nothing interferes with my flame flinger once I set it up. Just gonna walk my warden on the corner over here, just waiting for that fireball to set up, snipe out the archer tower so I can hurry up and get a move on. Gonna start the fireball any second. Yep, 1, 2. And I'm using the rage gem as a marker for what's closer to the warden. Usually I'd place a invis on the expo, but I saw that the rage aura was actually closer to the rage tower instead of the expo, so that was safe to do. Yeah, unfortunately that multi-inferno was in range of my flame flinger, so I did have to quickly make up for that by just spamming down a few rocket loons. At this point it's looking a bit sketchy because, you know, my flame flinger's already half dead and I'm down a few rocket loons, but it is gonna still set up a pretty good funnel for my heroes to get into the town hall, which, I mean, it's still gonna go according to plan. So yep, just gonna start the hero dive now, dropping everything. Expo, yep, should redirect off my warden. Awesome. And my flame flinger's gonna about to finish up on the archer tower, so funnel should be looking good here. Luckily longshot pulls the king, so it worked out anyways. I honestly want the king to get like on the top of that revenge tower so that I can get more value on the earthquake boots, but Yeah, I tried to place a last second totem, but yeah, just one splash of the revenge tower and it's just gonna pop my king. It's kind of unfortunate, but honestly it's not looking bad too far. At this moment I still have the entire rage compartment left to go, and I still have those defenses up top. So what I try to do with my minion prince here is that I'm gonna try to direct his dark orb and him like kind of in between the heroes and the warden, so that the warden can help clean up defenses, you know, on his own. Then I'm still gonna have the power of the minion prince and let him take out his own section of the base, so that everything's gonna eventually come together and I can try to reduce the chances of a time fail. Dark Orb unfortunately didn't cover the entire rage compartment, but I still have some invisibility spells left here. Gonna have to use this one, yep, on the minion prince over there. Definitely clutch that I had that invisibility spell. If I didn't, I'm not sure if I would have had this, but yeah, another triple to start the day. Next up we have a pretty dated, I think it's an anti-meteor golem base, and they just, I don't know, slap that crafted defenses on there. This is a pretty old base, and in all honesty it's extremely buns. I remember I ran this on my tunnel 18 for a few days and I got like straight 320. So yeah, really bad base. I think this guy's just trying it out. So I remember that if I fireball that ricochet cannon over there, I get the other ricochet cannon, inferno tower, the rage tower, I get the crafted defense as well as the clan castle, so I get like a whole buffet of defenses for that fireball. I'm just gonna set up a flame flinger over there, kind of to like funnel my heroes to get into the base. Hopefully I can get the scatter shot and the archer tower, but I kind of have to start my hero dive before the flame flinger targets the multi-wizard tower. Yeah, just gonna keep on walking my warden over here. Hopefully he can make it to the ricochet cannon. He sometimes does, or rather the boogers sometimes do pull the clan castle, but honestly, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Forced to pop a freeze there. So I'm gonna try to set up the fireball after I take out this gold storage, because I want to minimize how many invis spells I have to use. Just gonna pop the ice block. 1, 2. And I see that the radius is closer to the ricochet cannon than the expo, so yeah, it's pretty safe to just pop the fireball then. Unfortunately, I do miss the other ricochet cannon, but as long as my heroes stay at the townhall compartment, it should be fine in all honesty. Yeah, just gonna start the hero dive now. Just gonna let my warden sit there to try to take out that expo or any other value before I'm forced to recall him. That flame spitter is usually an issue for the warden. I really don't want him to have to fight it one-on-one, but yeah, the king ability luckily comes in clutch and takes it out. But yeah, my warden starts to get pulled by the king, so I'm just forced to recall him. Gonna put him up there so that hopefully he can walk down directly and 1v1 the multi-gear cannon, to which he can do with some assistance, and then hopefully eventually 1v1 the monolith. Honestly, that's one of my favorite interactions, how the warden can 1v1 the monolith. But I mean, even if he is forced to fight two things at once, it doesn't really matter because we still got the minion prince and the dark orb. So yeah, we're just gonna toss this, and oh, gotta save the warden real quick. Let's just make sure he doesn't die. Let's just take down the multi-gear real quick, and yeah, we should be good to go. And next up we get another pretty old base. Unfortunately, it's honestly been so long that I've done this one that I've low-key forgotten how to do it. I do remember that I do fireball something in the core to take out those 3 infernos as well as the, well, now the inactive crafted defenses. I know that it's good to place the warden at an angle so that he's actually biased to get towards the core. So yeah, snipe out the air defense, and there's not really any flame flinger value on this base, so I see most people just toss the flame flinger down here, so I just just opt to do that. Warden's facing some fire right now, so just pop the totem and everything should be fine. Lately, I've been coming to the realization that even though the totem is probably the most strongest spell right now, I'd rather use the totem on the Warden early on rather than like an invis or a freeze, because you know invis is you gotta save them for the fireball. But I've come to learn that multi-infernos, especially raged multi-infernos, are extremely threatening to your hero dive. So lately I've been really opting for saving the freeze or the invis on the hero dive whenever I come across a multi-infernos. Just gonna set up the fireball now, toss it, bam, take all that out, and just gonna let the Warden chill for a bit, hopefully take out that RC if I can. I had the invis ready just in case the RC locked onto the Warden, but yeah, it was fine. I have to start the hero dive now. I'm gonna try to take out this ricochet cannon, because if the king doesn't open up the walls to the revenge tower, it's honestly wraps. So yeah, invest quite a few rocket loons into taking out that ricochet. Pull the clan castle, drop the poison, an inferno dragon there, which is kind of interesting, I guess. Don't see that every day. And this is where my mistakes really start to show. So I recalled my Warden to the left side of the base in hopes that he was going to wrap up around and, you know, join my heroes in destroying the rest of the base. Luckily my hero Pike King was able to pop up in the revenge tower, but the X-Whale and the Monolith are now left unattended, which means that I'm kind of forced to send my minion prince over here to try to prevent any time fails. And because I don't have the support of the Dark Orb, that means that this Fire Spitter and Revenge Tower are just taking my heroes to town. I try to pop a panicked invis spell here, but it's virtually useless. And yeah, Revenge Tower is still standing. Minion Prince has like 2 health left. I mean, he still has his Dark Orb, but there's not that much time. Oh, and yeah, his Angry Jelly just ran out, so yeah, not much time left. And everything's just gonna go down, and we're unfortunately gonna have our first fail of the day. Next up we get this interesting looking base. I haven't been doing too well in Legends League these past few days, so I think this is just a result of being in like low legend hell or something like that, but I'm not complaining, man. Trying to find my fireball here. I'm kind of eyeing that single inferno next to the revenge tower, because that can take out the revenge tower, fire spitter, and that clan castle. So I pop down my Warden over here, try to take out that inferno tower, but then I realized, oh, there's a pretty sick flame flinger valve down here, 2 ricochet cannons and a multi-gear or multi-archer. But in the process I do pull the clan castle, so I'm like, you know, let's just redecide where I'm gonna put this fireball at, and I'm just gonna blur out the entire clan castle and just pop the flame flinger down here. It's gonna get some pretty decent value. So now I'm redeciding where to fireball. I opt for maybe like the scatter shot, because you know it's gonna be a bit easier. Yeah, just gonna let the clan castle die out, let it do its thing. Every time an ice golem comes around, it always sketches me out, because there have been times where my ice golems, or the clan castle ice golems, go for the furnaces, and they end up freezing my healers, unknowns to me. And yeah, Warden just goes unhealed for some time, and I don't notice, and yeah, it just goes down. So always be super cautious whenever ice golems come out. We're just gonna rage him up, because there's quite a bit of heat coming onto my Warden right now. Have the totem ready just in case things go awry. Yeah, I was kind of sketched out. Maybe I didn't need the totem, but you know, better safe than sorry. Plus, I mean, it's pretty not the best base, so I can afford to, you know, waste some spells. I opt to go for this builder hut actually over here, because it's gonna take out, I think, both the monolith and that revenge tower, which is pretty awesome. Base is basically gone now. I mess up the freaking queen. She's just gonna walk outside while my king goes inside and gets melted by that in single inferno, which kind of sucks. Luckily ice golem pops and freezes that on time. Yeah, everything's just gonna keep on doing work. Warden's pretty safe. I just have to worry about the RC and the wizard tower locking in on the same time, but I still have the dark orb, so yeah, just gonna pop him down here. He's just gonna swoop over the entire base any moment now. I don't know why I'm hesitating so much. Oh, I guess the ice golem froze, so that's pretty convenient. Yep, right as the thing's wearing off. Pass the dark orb, and don't have too much to worry about. I guess the RC, but in a moment I'm just going to pop the poison on her. And after that, things should be good to go. And next up I get this infamous box base that has given me oh so much trouble. I've tried fireballing that ricochet cannon next to the revenge tower, but it has not worked out for me so far, so I opt for going for a inferno tower next to the clan castle in hopes to take out, you know, 2 of the multi-infernos as well as the seasonal defense and the clan castle. And it does set up a pretty decent funnel for my heroes, I guess. Just gonna pop the warden over there. There's some fling flamer value over here, so hopefully that can take out the archer tower and the fire spitter. Pop a hog rider just to test for traps and Teslas, and then pop the flame flinger down there. Just gonna snipe out that builder hut just cause I want to be cautious. Eventually warden's gonna walk into some heat over here, so I preemptively place a rage. I'm not sure if this rage is the best idea because at some point I am forced to ice block because of that rage tower. It's just too much damage, man. And the rage somewhat goes to waste, I guess. And oh my, this is the dumbest thing ever. For some reason I did not place both earthquakes right on top of the clan castle. So yeah, it just stays up. I don't even know where I put the second earthquake. Maybe I think I put it on the ricochet cannon, but even then the ricochet cannon still needs 2 earthquakes to go down. I don't know what was going on in my mind. Definitely one of the most brain farts of all time, but I mean, we still gotta do what we gotta do. Have to be wary of that multi-gear down there because that thing does work. Try to force a funnel with that baby dragon and those rocket loons to hopefully make the king go into the monolith compartment so he can pop the ability. Yep, and he's able to get in there and take down the monolith and open up the base for my queen. Unfortunately, don't pay attention to my warden and he just goes down. And yeah, as hard as this base is, it's honestly lost at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to salvage whatever I can. Hopefully get the 2. Yeah, definitely gonna get the 2-star. But yeah, definitely on me for completely choking everything. But I'm sure that if I fireball properly, this one might be doable. Next up I get this double rage space with the juiciest core possible. So I instantly set my fireball on sights of that ricochet cannon. Now I'm trying to debate where to put the flame flinger exactly. I don't like how the fire spitter is pointing directly towards the town hall. I know if I hero dive into there, it's gonna be just doing work on my heroes the whole time. But there is some rocket loon investment into that expo if I do decide to flame flinger down there. But then I see at the north side of the base, I could just pop the flame flinger down there, take out those 2 wizard towers and maybe those scatter shots, and there's going to be no rocket loon investment either. So yeah, I just decide to go up there and hope for the best. Pull the clan castle and just drop the poison on the furnace. Usually whenever this happens, the ice golems take a while to walk across the base. Usually I tell myself that I have to place the flame flinger down by the 230 mark, and I'm kind of pushing it at this point, but it's gonna get to the 220 mark ish before I place down the flame flinger. Just had to do a quick check for any traps over there, place it archer, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna do enough work by the time everything wraps up back there. Ice golems going towards my furnaces, which is making me kind of uneasy, really uneasy now. That actually freezes my healers, but luckily nothing's starting on my warden, so we're all fine. Just gonna snipe out that mortar because I don't want it targeting my flame flinger and it might get in the way of my fireball. Just gonna snipe out this wizard tower so I can begin a pretty heavy investment into the fireball. Gonna pop the ice block. 1, 2, 3, 4, and absolutely delete the core. Oh my god, that is beautiful to see. They say to name your child after something you love, so I'm probably gonna name my kid Fireball into Rage Core Compartment. Just recall the Warden because he's getting pulled by the Hero Dive into the Monolith, which he can 1v1. Again, one of my favorite interactions of all time. I think I may have popped the King ability a bit prematurely. I probably should have waited till he got towards that Expo compartment so that my heroes could just walk towards the right. And now they have to cross that entire box area to get to the right side area. And actually, I lied. Now the Queen is gonna head towards the Warden, which is a bit of an issue. So I see that, alright, my heroes are kind of splitting up now, and the right side's a bit unsupported, so I decided to just pop the Minion Prince over here. And in a moment, I'm gonna pop his ability and pop the Rage on top of the Prince just to power him through the rest of the compartment. Everything up here at the Warden area is looking pretty safe. Just gotta worry about the King. Just popped some Headhunters. And in a matter of 30 seconds, the entire base is now secure to give ourselves another triple. And again, we get ourselves another pretty lucky roll with a interesting base. Probably just another symptom of just being in low legends hell or something like that. Tons of flame flinger value all over the base. I'm just trying to decide what I can do to both get extreme value and guarantee the funnel for my heroes. I see that fireballing this poison tower is going to get the monolith, clan castle, and that wizard tower, so I set my eyes on that. Try to snipe out the air defense as soon as possible because I do not want to risk getting my sneezy sniped out. Decide to flame flinger over here and then hopefully hero dive towards that right facing fire spitter. That archer tower was in range of my healers, so I had to snipe it out. Kind of stupid of me, but honestly it's fine. Just play some minions just to speed up the cleanup process. Nothing's really threatening my Warden so far, so I'm just chilling, just waiting for a good opportunity to fireball onto the poison tower. Again, just still walking my way. Dude, it's really awkward when there's nothing happening. The Warden's so freaking slow, dude. He takes like 30 minutes just to take out 2 buildings, so it's kind of hard just coming up with some BS commentary on the fly. I think I'm going to take out this fire spitter and maybe like build a hut and wizard tower before setting up the fireball onto the poison tower. I'm always watching boogers in case they preemptively pull out clan castles. This one unfortunately did, but fortunately the witch walks right on top of the poison tower, so I don't gotta spend any poison spells on it. Unfortunately, that is a single inferno. A single inferno is on the base too, and I have not encountered a single inferno in such a long time. So yeah, just gonna start the hero dive here. I do notice that, now I notice that every single inferno on this base is single targeting, so even though I'm always spending a lot of time darting my eyes back and forth between the heroes and the wardens, I have to do it extra carefully now because single infernos, even though the space is, you know, kind of interesting, single infernos, they do require a lot of spell support because if you don't pay attention to them, they just immediately melt your heroes. Somehow the King Spiky Ball triggers the invisibility tower, and of course it's always the bases that you can just sleep through where the Spiky Ball gets the most immaculate value, but the moment you need every equipment to lock in. Spiky Ball just likes to go about and take down 7 gold mines, which is just how it goes, I guess. At this point, I'm honestly in a position to swag the Minion Prince. And I am debating right now, should I swag the Minion Prince? Because it'd be kind of funny if I did. But I come to the conclusion that, I mean, kind of running a bit short on time, plus the Revenge Tower might cause some issues. So yeah, just place him down, and that's an awesome triple to end off the day. I think today was one of my luckiest days by far, especially with those crappy bases I got, especially looking at my defense too. I got a 1-star and a few time fails as well, which is nothing short of a miracle, honestly. And I went for 296, which is, it's not bad. I was due for one more defense though, so I did finish at number 17 at the end of the day. But that means I am climbing back to my number 1 spot, and hopefully we can reach it there pretty soon.